It is my privilege to welcome you all to this KD Naik Memorial Pride of Goa Awards ceremony. The Pride of Goa Awards are instituted in memory of late Sri Kashinath Damodar Naik, a visionary, a first-generation entrepreneur, social reformer, educationist, and freedom movement supporter. The awards were first conferred in 2016 with Mr. Suresh Kare being honored as the inaugural recipient, setting a high benchmark of excellence and service, and later to another visionary leader, Mr. Anil Khauto, and so on. Late Sri Naik founded the Kashinath Damodar Naik group during the Portuguese era, which has since grown into a diversified enterprise across various sectors like agriculture, logistics, housing. Beyond business, he has made lasting contribution to Goa's socio-cultural awakening through establishment of Gomant Vidya Niketan in the year 1912 and Samaj Seva Sangh in 1933, promoting education, culture and women's empowerment. A distinguished linguist, historian, author, and supporter of Goa's freedom movement, his life embodied enterprise with integrity and deep commitment to Goa. Values that the Pride of Goa Awards continue to celebrate. This evening, we are honored to celebrate two exceptional personalities who are truly the focus of today's event, Ms. Anju Timlo and Mr. Sachin Lavande. Now, to formally welcome the gathering, may I request Ms. Pratima Don, President of GCCI, to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Dignitaries on the dais, Mrs. Anju Timlo, Mr. Sachin Lavande, Dattabab, Mr. Sanjay Amonkar, DG GCCI, Harsh Patkuli, Mr. Hede, and distinguished guests, heads of various associations, members of the GCCI, members of the press and friends. It is my honor and privilege on behalf of the Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industries to warmly welcome you all to the Kashinath Damodar Naik Memorial Pride of Goa Awards ceremony today. This evening is not merely a formal gathering. It is a celebration of Goa's spirit, talent, resilience and excellence. It is an occasion where we pause from our busy lives to acknowledge individuals whose journeys inspire us, whose achievements elevate Goa's standing beyond its borders, and whose values remind us of what it truly means to give back to the society. The Pride of Goa Awards are instituted in memory of late Sri Kashinath Damodar Naik, a visionary, first-generation entrepreneur, social reformer, educationist, and patriot. His life was an extraordinary blend of enterprise and intelligence, courage, and compassion. The Pride of Goa Awards were first instituted in 2016 when the inaugural honor was conferred upon Mr. Suresh Kare, setting a benchmark for excellence, contribution and service. And later to another visionary industry veteran, Mr. Anil Khauto. Since then, these awards have grown in stature and significance, symbolizing the highest form of recognition that the Goan business and professional community can bestow. This year, the selection committee, after extensive deliberation, identified two distinct categories: business lifetime achievement and entrepreneur, reflecting both legacy and dynamics, experience and innovation, continuity and change. It is therefore with immense pride that we honor Mrs. Anju Timlo, recipient of the KD Naik Memorial Pride of Goa Award for Business Lifetime Achievement. Her journey is one of quiet determination, intellectual excellence, and visionary leadership. Through her stewardship of Fomento Resorts and Hotels, she has helped redefine luxury hospitality in Goa while nurturing institutions of education, culture, and community development. Her contribution goes far beyond business. It reflects a deep commitment to people, to values, and to Goa itself. We are equally proud to recognize Mr. Sachin Lawande, recipient of the KD Naik Memorial Pride of Goa Entrepreneur Award. From Talegaon to the global boardrooms of Fortune 500 companies, his journey exemplifies what Goans can achieve on the world stage. As President and CEO of Vistio Corporation, he stands at the forefront of automotive technology and innovation. Yet, despite his global success, he remains firmly rooted in Goa, serving as an inspiration to countless young Goans who aspire to dream big and think global. Ladies and gentlemen, at GCCI, we strongly believe that role models matter. In an age of rapid change, uncertainty, and technological disruption, it is essential for young people to see real examples of success anchored in values. The Pride of Goa Awards are not just about recognition, they are about inspiration, about showing the next generation that excellence and ethics can and must go hand in hand. As the President of Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I consider it particularly meaningful that this year's awards celebrate leadership that transcends traditional boundaries, be it gender, geography, or generation. GCCI remains firmly committed to inclusive growth, women's leadership, entrepreneurship, innovation, and creating platforms that connect legacy industries with emerging opportunities. This event, being open to the public, is also a conscious choice. These stories deserve to be heard, shared, and celebrated by the people of Goa. They belong not just to institutions, but to the collective pride of our state. I would like to place on record my sincere appreciation to the Kashinath Damodar Naik Memorial Trust, our selection committee members, GCCI Managing Committee, our Director General Mr. Sanjay Amonkar, and the GCCI Secretariat for their dedication and meticulous planning. I also thank our media partners for amplifying these stories of excellence. As we proceed with today's program, I invite each one of you to reflect on what pride truly means. Not pride rooted in entitlement, but pride earned through hard work, contribution, and service. Let us celebrate success, but also recommit ourselves to building a Goa that is progressive, inclusive, ethical, and globally respected. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to you all and congratulate our distinguished awardees. Thank you, and I wish you all a memorable evening. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. After a formal welcome, I would like to now welcome the guests with a floral bouquet. So I invite Mr. Ranveer Naik, please, to do the floral welcome of our guest today, Miss Anju Timlo. And now also present a bouquet. Ranveer, please present a bouquet to Mr. Lavande, Sachin Lavande. Thank you. Thank you, Ranveer. It is now privilege to invite Mr. Datta Naik, trustee of KD Naik Memorial Trust, to present the opening remarks, sir.
इश्टानो कोंकणींतल्यान उलयता. यू आर कम्फर्टेबल इन कोंकणी रायट? कित्याक म्हाका औपचारीक भाशण करपा नाका, म्हाका काळजांतल्यान उलोवपा जाय आनी तुमच्या काळजा मेरेन पावोवपा जाय. खूब वर्सां पयलीं म्हणजे 8-10 वर्सां पयलीं म्हज्या मनांत विचार आयलो. गोमंत भूषण प्रायज दवरला गव्हर्मेंटान. अनिल काकोडकार, रघुनाथ माशेलकार, चार्ल्स कुरिया बरे बरे लोकांक दिला. हांवें कल्चरल सेक्रेटरी प्रसाद लोलयेकारा विचारलें, अरे एंटरप्रिनराक केन्ना कन्सिडर करता? सुरेश कारो आमचो अनिल बाबा आसा ना म्हणपाक एंटरप्रिनर. अरे म्हणलें एक आमी दवरया. तुमकां सांगता, I think, as you rightly said, we have to celebrate lives and success of entrepreneurs. ताजें कारण तुमकां सांगता. हांवें एक सर्वे केलो. मेरिट लिस्टां पळय भुरगे येतात ते कितें सांगतात? वॉट यू वूड लायक टू बी? डॉक्टर, इंजिनियर आनी चार्टर्ड अकाउंट. कोणूच सांगना आय वूड लायक टू बी पॉलिटिशियन आनी एंटरप्रिनर. दुसरो एक सर्वे केलो. टेक्स्ट बूक सगळे वाचले. वेगवेगळे संत, लेखक, सायंटिस्ट, एका एंटरप्रिनराचो ना, JRD टाटाचो ना, कोणाचोच ना. तिसरें, कोंकणी भाशेंत पसरकार म्हणल्यार वायट, एक गाळी. आनी तुमकां सांगता त्यो मातश्यो वल्गर म्हूण सांगना, प्रत्येक प्रोफेशना विशीं वायट म्हणी आसात. ताजें कारण कितें? समाज हो धनविरोधी आनी आमचो धर्मूय, सगळे धर्म इज एंटी बिझनेस, एंटी वेल्थ एक्सेप्ट बुद्धिजम. तुमकां कशें ट्रान्झिशन जालें तें सांगता. वेदीक टायमांत हिंदू धर्माचे देव कोण? इंद्र, वरुण, पवन, कुबेर हे देव. बौद्धोत्तर हिंदू धर्मान नवे देव हाडले. शंकर, राम, कृष्ण, विष्णू, सरस्वती, लक्ष्मी आनी गणपती. वेदीक टायमावेलो हो कितें? धन देवत कितें? कुबेर, मोठवो असो ढेरपोट्या आनी विद्रूप. तें प्रतीक कशें चेंज केलें? लक्ष्मी, सुंदर, उंच. म्हणटकीर हिंदू धर्मानूय आपली भुमिका बदलली. पयलो अवॉर्ड सुरेश बाबकारो, चेअरमॅन इंडोको. दुसरो तुमी विसरतात, ग्लॅन साल्डानाक दिलो. तें फंक्शन जालें ना, ऑफ ग्लॅन फार्मास्युटिकल. तिसरो अनिल बाब. आतां मदीं कोविडा नंतर हें जालें आनी ज्युरी कमिटी मेळ्ळी. ज्युरी कमिटी विजय हेदो, हर्ष भटकुले, संदीप भंडारी, मॅक वाज आनी हांव. 2 जाण शॉर्टलिस्ट जाले लायफ टायम अवॉर्ड. अवधूत तिमलो आनी अंजू तिमलो. कोणा दिवचो? शेवटी ज्युरीचे मत अशें पडलें, अवधूत बाबा परस अंजू बायचो चड हें आसा म्हणून ते अंजू बायक आज. सॉरी अवधूत बाबा. अंजू तिमलो आमी कांय वेळा अवधूत बाबाली बायल न्ही ती. उलट म्हणटा अवधूत बाबा अंजू तिमलेलो खो. हांव दिल्ली गेल्लो, अवधूत तिमल्या कोण वळखना. मिसेस तिमलो, शी इज हायली रिस्पेक्टेड एज ए आउटस्टँडिंग लॉयर. ती एक लॉयर फॅमिलींतल्यान येता, एक म्युझिकाची परंपरा आशिल्ल्या दायज असल्या फॅमिलींतल्यान येता. पालखीवाल्यान एकदां म्हणलें, वी लॉस्ट आउटस्टँडिंग लॉयर बट गोवा गेन आउटस्टँडिंग हॉटेलियर. अशी अंजू तिमलो. आनी एक योगायोग, आमची प्रेसिडेंट 100+ चेंबराच्या हातूर कार्यावळीत प्रेसिडेंट प्रतिमा धोंड लेडी. आनी आयचो अवॉर्डूय लेडीक मेळटा. आयचो कार्यक्रमूय फोमेंतो सभागृहांत जाता. अवधूत बाबान ह्या संस्थेक 1 कोटीचो निधी दिला हांव अध्यक्ष आसतना. आनी मुद्दाम आमी हें फंक्शन मडगांव करतात. आमोणकार बाब, गोवा चेंबर, पणजी चेंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स, सगळे पणजी सेंट्री. मुद्दाम आमी मडगांव येवपा जाय, कमर्शियल कॅपिटल, म्हापशें वचपा जाय, मातशें तें वायडन करपा जाय. सचिन लवदो, ताजी स्टोरी तुमी ताजे कडल्यान आयकात. आज टीव्हीकय ताणें इंटरव्यू दिल्या. आणि विजय हेदो उलयतलो. एक मिडल क्लास फॅमिलींतल्यान ताळगांवच्यान हांगा शिकून तो अमेरिके पावलो फर्स्ट, आनी इट इज रियली एप्रिसिएट करपाचो. आनी वो हे कित्याक दिवपाचे पुरस्कार? अंजू तिमलो प्रसिद्ध ना, सचिन लोंदो प्रसिद्ध ना, हातूंतल्यान आमी समाजाक एक पॉझिटिव्ह सिग्नल, एक पॉझिटिव्ह मॅसेज धाडपा जाय. कित्याक हांवें सांगलें तशें तें बायबलांत तर म्हणलां, उंटाचो काफिलो सुयेच्या बोराकांतल्यान वता पूण स्वर्गाच्या दारांतल्यान गिरेस्त मनीस वचपा लागना. गिरेस्त मनीस हे आनी कितें जालें धर्मान, सगळे राजा गिरेस्त मनीस हांकां धर्मान दान करपा लायले. हाजो वायट परिणाम बाबा असो जालो की कॅपिटल फॉर्मेशन जालें ना आमचें. कॅपिटल फॉर्मेशन इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. जो पळय प्रॉफीट जाता, जो पळय सरप्लस जाता, तातूंतल्यान कॅपिटल फॉर्मेशन हें आमच्या हिंदुस्थानांत जालें ना. आनी दुसरें, डॉक्टर मेघनाथ सहा सायंटिस्ट म्हणटा, हेड अँड हँड एक्सीस म्हणजे थियरी अँड एप्लिकेशन. हो एक्सीस बिकॉज ऑफ थँक्स टू कास्ट सिस्टम इट वॉज ब्रोकन. म्हणटकीर ब्राह्मण आपले तत्वज्ञान करीत रावले, शेतकारी तेच नांगर, आमचे ते बैलगाडी तशीच उरली. बेश्टीच आमी वाचपाची, पुष्पक विमान आशिल्लें बी, काय विमान कशें आसपाक शकता, मोटारच आशिल्ली. म्हणटकीर अशा धनविरोधी समाजाक आमी एक पॉझिटिव्ह मॅसेज, एक सिग्नल धाडपा. सगळो नॉयज जाला. तर फिजिक्सांत 2 कन्सेप्ट, नॉयज अँड सिग्नल. इन दॅट नॉयज वी हॅव टू सेंड सिग्नल. अंजू तिमलो एंटरप्रिनर, सचिन तेंडुलकर आमचो लवंदे, म्हणटकीर हो संदेश दिवपा खातीर आमी हो हें करता. कितलेशेच आनी अशे लायफ टायम, हाजे खातीर हांव तांचें नांव घेना, आमी कन्सिडर केले आनी शेवटी अवधूत बाब आनी हातूंत टसल जाली. आनी अंजूबाय होन हांव तुमकां सगळ्यांक परबी दिता. आनी म्हाका दिसता मणकर बाब थळाव्या भाशेंतल्यान हें जावचें चेंबराचें, प्रतिमाबाय कोंकणींतल्यान जावचें. कितें जाता, आमी इंग्लिशींतल्यान उलोवप जाता, पूण तें कितें जाता मनांतल्यान, म्हाका मनांतल्यान उलोवपा जाय आशिल्लें. अंजू तिमलो विशीं हायेस्ट रिगार्ड, हांव तिका फ्लॅटर करना. she told me she's going to write autobiography. We look forward, and her grandchildren are going to help her. Look forward to. हांवें एक आत्मचरित्र बरयलां, अनिलान बरयलां, अनिल बाबान. आत्मचरित्र आमी बरोवपा जाय. कित्याक आमचे लोकांक कितें दिसता, खाण मालक म्हणल्यार कितें, मातयेचो पयसो केलो न्ही तें. इट्स नॉट दॅट. It's a lot of intelligent, lot of efforts are going into it. For positive signal धाडपा खातीर हे पुरस्कार काशीनाथ दामोदर नायक हो फर्स्ट जनरेशन बिझनेसमॅन. ताणें एक फावटी बरयलां की मनशां म्हातारी जातात, धंदो म्हातारो जायना. धंदो हो सदांच चिरतरूण. आनी एक ताका ज्ञानाची इतली भूक लागली, ताणें आनी एक बरयलां की आपल्याक जगांत इतलें ज्ञान आसा जर कळिल्लें जाल्यार आपूण लग्नूच जावचो नाशिल्लो. बरें जालें, नाल्यार म्हजो जन्मूच जावचो नाशिल्लो. असो म्हजो आजो, ताज्या नांवान म्हणलें हें दवरया. आनी खरी आमची मेन फामील बमी नायक, तोय अशी एक दंतकथा लिजंड, मागीर काशीनाथ दामोदर नायक. आनी ती परंपरा आमी आज म्हजो पूत चिराग 6 जनरेशन, तीन पिढयां धंदे काबार जातात. वी आर एक्सेप्शन, देंपो इज एक्सेप्शन. 3, 4, 5, 6 पिढयां फुडें चलयता. इतलें सांगून हांव सगळ्यांक तुमकां जय हिंद म्हणटा.
May I request Sandeep Bandare sir, please, if you can join us on the days here. Thank you, sir. Pride is a sentiment born from achievements, values, and contributions that earn wide admiration. For Goans, it is a moment of collective honor to celebrate individuals whose accomplishments reflect the spirit and potential of our state. It is therefore with great pride that Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry announces Ms. Anju Timlo, Managing Director and CEO for Mento Resorts and Hotel Private Limited, as the recipient of KD Naik Memorial Pride of Goa Award Business Lifetime Achievement. I now invite Mr. Harshvardhan Bhatkuli, member of GCCI Managing Committee, to introduce Ms. Timlo. Sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This evening, we have the privilege of honoring a woman whose life story is a rare blend of brilliance, leadership, grace, and purpose. A woman who has quietly shaped institutions, empowered generations, and elevated Goa's presence on the global hospitality map. Mrs. Anju Timlaw is a name that stands for excellence with empathy, for achievement rooted in service, and for leadership that nurtures both people and culture. From the earliest years, Mrs. Timlaw displayed extraordinary academic distinction. She stood first in India in the higher secondary examination in the arts stream among nearly 400 schools, a feat that spoke not only of intelligence but of discipline and determination. Her pursuit of knowledge took her to Lady Shri Ram College, New Delhi, where she topped the college in economics honors, and later to the Government Law College, Bombay, where she once again stood first in the Bombay University, earning 2 gold medals and a scholarship for higher studies. Even in her formative years, she was far more than a scholar. A gifted all-rounder, she represented her institutions in horse riding, swimming, athletics, and music. And as a trained violinist and performer, she appeared on television programs and cultural platforms. An early sign of a lifelong commitment to the arts. Mrs. Timlaw began her professional journey as a law lecturer in Goa, shaping young legal minds, but her vision soon expanded beyond classrooms into the larger arena of social transformation. As president of the All India Women's Conference Goa, she championed women's empowerment in its truest sense, building a working girls' hostel in Porvorim, setting up a stationery manufacturing unit for women, and taking development initiatives deep into rural Goa through Mahila Mandals. These were not symbolic gestures, but sustainable interventions designed to create independence and dignity. Her passion for education led her to become a trustee of an educational trust which established the Akdil School in Porvorim, today managed by the Fomento Educational and Charitable Society, providing quality education from primary to secondary levels and shaping scores of young minds. In a defining chapter of her life, Mrs. Timlaw emerged as a visionary leader in hospitality and tourism. As Managing Director and CEO of Fomento Resorts and Hotels Private Limited, she has been at the helm of one of Goa's most iconic hospitality institutions, the Taj Siddharth Goa. We know it as Siddharth Goa. The Siddharth Goa heritage, which began its journey in 1982, is not just a luxury hotel, it is an institution that celebrates Goa's soul. Through architecture, local art, music, cuisine, and traditions, Mrs. Timlaw ensured that hospitality did not dilute culture but amplified it. The launch of Taj Siddharth Goa Horizon in 2020 further strengthened this legacy, offering world-class luxury while retaining the warmth and authenticity Goa is known for. Her vision today extends beyond Goa's boundaries with Arakila, an upscale resort in Sindhudurg, Maharashtra, opening new avenues for regional development. Beyond business, Mrs. Timlaw remains deeply involved in cultural, social, and creative institutions, including initiatives linked to the film festival in Goa, and continues to champion Goa's folk art, music, and heritage, ensuring that talent finds platforms and traditions find continuity. Mrs. Timlaw's journey is not merely one of success, but of impact. Impact measured in institutions built, lives empowered, culture preserved, and excellence sustained over decades. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming a woman who truly embodies leadership with purpose, a visionary who could have been anywhere in the world during top mantles. She could have been a top CEO anywhere. She could have been a Supreme Court judge, for all you know. But she chose Adut Bab and she chose Goa. And for that we must thank her, and for that she deserves to get the Pride of Goa Award today, the Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Sandeep Bhandare, our former president of GCCI, to read out the award citation for Mrs. Timlaw. Sir.
President Pratima, the dignitaries on the days and off days. What basically Harsh has said quite a lot of things are there in the citation. I only remember Napoleon, who wrote a lot of letters to his wife Josephine. And he said, in one of his letters, he said, I love you very much, but I cannot love you enough. Madam's achievements are so much that in spite of the fact that the citation is long, I must only confess and regret that we cannot put all our achievements in the citation nor in the introduction which Hersh presented. With this, I'll just read the citation. This citation is for Madam Anju Timlaw, Managing Director and CEO of Fomento Resorts and Hotels Private Limited. This Lifetime Achievement Award is conferred upon Mrs. Anju Timlaw in recognition of her outstanding contribution to education, hospitality, social empowerment, and cultural development in the state of Goa and beyond. An exceptional scholar throughout her academic life, Mrs. Timlaw stood first in India in the higher secondary school examination hours, first in economics honors at Lady Sri Ram College, New Delhi, and first in law from Bombay University, earning 2 gold medals and a prestigious scholarship. Her early years reflect a remarkable blend of intellect and talent with active participation and honors in horse riding, athletics, swimming, and music. Beginning her career as a law lecturer in Goa, Mrs. Timlaw soon expanded her footprint in social development. As president of the All India Women's Conference, Goa branch, she helped build a working girls hostel in Porvorim, established a stationery factory for women, and mobilized empowerment initiatives across rural Goa. She has tirelessly supported schools, associations, and clubs through numerous fundraising efforts. Her dedication to education resulted in the formation of Acadil School in Porvorim, later brought under the Fomento Education and Charitable Society, and subsequently evolved into a respectable institution serving children across primary and high school levels. A visionary in professional learning, Mrs. Timlaw is the founder of Goa College of Hospitality and Culinary Education, affiliated to Goa University. Through global placements, industrial relevant training, and strong alumni success, the college stands today as a transformative force in hospitality education. Since 1993, as Managing Director and CEO of Fomento Resorts and Hotels Private Limited, Mrs. Timlaw has been driving force behind 2 iconic luxury hotels, Taj Siddharth Goa Heritage and Taj Siddharth Goa Horizon. Together, the 500 Keys Resorts complex represents world-class leisure, culture, and hospitality grounded in the soul and spirit of Goa. With her leadership now extending to Araquila at Aravlim, Sindhudurg, Maharashtra, she continues to unlock economic and tourism opportunities in emerging regions. Mrs. Timlaw has been deeply associated with several cultural and social organizations over the decades, contributing significantly to Goa's creative identity, including support to IFFI and the promotion of local music, artists, cuisine, and folk traditions. A trained violinist and performer, she has appeared on television programs and has always championed Goa's cultural heritage. Through a lifetime of dedication, leadership, and compassionate service, Mrs. Anju Timlaw has built institutions, enabled livelihoods, nurtured talent, and contributed immeasurably to the progress and prestige of Goa. With deep admiration for her achievements and gratitude for her continued inspiration, we are honored to present the Kashinath Damodar Naik Memorial Pride of Goa 2025 Lifetime Achievement Award to Mrs. Anju Timlaw. Congratulations, madam, for the lifetime. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And now, for the moment we were waiting, with a warm and enthusiastic round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, I now invite our President, Ms. Pratima Don and Ditta sir, to please present the award to our first recipient to today's, Mrs. Anju Timlaw. Thank you, dignitaries. We now proceed to the second part of our felicitation for today. It is therefore with great pride that Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry announces Mr. Sachin Lavande, President and CEO of Vistion Corporation, as the recipient of KD Naik Memorial Pride of Goa Entrepreneur Award. Thank you. I now invite Mr. Vijay Hede to please introduce our recipient of the award. Please, sir.
Good evening, everybody. I don't carry a written message to give you. So whatever I'm saying now is an extempo. There are a lot of learnings which happened in 2 days that I have been in touch with Sachin. And the first lesson for me, the first learning for me is that it is not, don't lose hope if your child cannot go to IB school. I don't think that anybody from Goa going to IB school has led a Fortune 500 or even a Fortune 1000 company. Here we have Sachin doing that. So that is the first learning for me. And as the President rightly said, the objective of this giving prize is not only to honor the person, but to create aspirants for the same award. So I look forward to see more people, instead of giving prizes to the people who have already achieved, we have to inculcate that aspiration by which the people can aim for international awards. This is the first learning. I won't dive deep into what he is doing, because I don't think you can express what he is doing in words. So there is an audio video which is coming, and if they are able to set it, then that will be the way we will convey to people what he is doing. I have heard about Sachin quite a lot through my brother, who knows him well in the US. And Prashant also communicated a few things to me. So starting from Auxilium, a school in Talegaon, a person can reach a stage where you are among the best in the world. So that is the message. For every person whose child may be studying in Auxilium, they are potential Fortune 500 or Fortune 1000 leaders. So this is the first learning from me. The second learning is he is already in Goa. I don't think anybody mentioned it. He is already in Goa. He has a unit in Pato Center, which very few people are aware. And where, he has, I think, over 100 people in employment. I won't know the exact number. And 100 okay. Yes, there he is. So it is not important to know whether it is 100 or 125. Can it be make it 1000? So that is what I am looking at. Rather than saying what is the exact number, how do we multiply by 10x? And in fact, I talked to him this morning. I said, let us meet and see what sitting here in Goa, what can we do? What can we coordinate? How we can coordinate to see that we provide him that platform where he uses his knowledge and trains people. My own experience is, it is possible to train people. We have taken out a boy from a market, Panjim Street market, selling plastic bags. He is working with you. He works with him as a chartered accountant. First generation person going to a school. So it is quite possible, what people can do. I remember Jeffrey Sachs, who said that you place a person the first step on a ladder and just give him a strength there. He is capable to climb to the end of the ladder. This is what we should try and do. At our age, this should be our attitude to life. How many people can we take to the next step in a ladder? So, so this is about all. I don't want to talk what he is doing. Justified to say that he is operating at the margin of a high-tech industry. He is operating in deep tech. And this automotive industry, I think, is now in India gearing for a quantum jump. And that is where the opportunity lies for all the boys. It is not that we can train 100 or 125. We can train 10,000. I mean, we look at those numbers. And can we really train people in that number that Goa can also, we should have more Sachins here in Goa, coming to Goa, and we should create a kind of a very prosperous environment for people to work well and be happy. That is more important. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Mr. Siddesh Kurade, member of our managing committee, to please read out the citation for Pride of Goa Entrepreneur Award to Mr. Lawan.
Very good evening, everyone on the dais. दत्ता बाबाचे भाषण आयकुप म्हणल्यार कोंकणीन तें बी एकदम बरें आणि very creative idea of giving a part and all, very nice. Okay, all creative ideas only come from me, so clap to you. So I also take the liberty of speaking in Konkani, though we are not used so much. But दत्तबाब उलयता आसतना मदीं तुमी तेंडुलकर म्हणलें, खरेंच हे सचिन तेंडुलकर in the IT industries आसात. कित्याक, see, there is a misconception with maybe our student community or the tech community in general that if you go to Pune, Bangalore, right, all these metro cities, you get better chances of job. You may get better opportunities to work on modern tech and so on. But I am telling you, I represent Persistent System. I have been there for 20 years. We completed our 20 years last month. We are 700 people team. We have crossed more than $30 million, just the Goa Center. We have best of the tech. We work with the most Fortune 500 companies. And likewise, Sachin, whatever the groundbreaking work that they are doing in automotive, I mean, people should make use of it, okay? And me being the center head, my KRA is the top line. So whether I make it from my Hyderabad center or Nagpur center does not matter. But the pride that we take is to make sure we have people in Goa, and from that we get to realize these revenues. So please take that. So with that, I'll read out the citation. So for Sachin Lavande, this Pride of Goa Entrepreneurship Award is proudly conferred Mr. Sachin Lavande in recognition of his pioneering leadership, global accomplishments, and extraordinary contribution to elevating Goa's standing in the world of technology and business. A trailblazer in the international automotive electronics and software industry, Mr. Sachin has demonstrated visionary entrepreneurship rooted in innovation, discipline, and fearless thinking. With a career dedicated to transforming mobility through digital technologies, he has emerged as one of the world's foremost leaders in automotive connectivity, telematics, and infotainment systems. As President and CEO of Western Corporation, Mr. Lavande has steered the company into future of mobility, championing smart cockpit electronics, ADAS systems that you know, electric vehicle solutions, and next generation software-defined vehicle architectures. Under his leadership, Western has achieved remarkable global growth, technological breakthroughs, and industry recognition while maintaining a culture of integrity, excellence, and innovation. An engineer with a rare combination of technical mastery and entrepreneurial foresight, Mr. Lavande has helped shape global trends in automotive software, creating solutions that today power millions of vehicles across continents. His work strengthens India's image as a powerhouse of engineering talent and stands as a beacon of pride for Goa. Beyond corporate success, Mr. Lavande continues to inspire young entrepreneurs and technologists, proving that global impact can be achieved with passion, discipline, and deep dedication to one's craft. His journey motivates countless Goan professionals to think bigger, dream boldly, and build fearlessly. In recognition of his exemplary achievements on the world stage, his commitment to innovation and inspirational entrepreneurial legacy, we are honored to present the Kashinath Damodar Naik Memorial Pride of Goa 2025 Entrepreneurship Award to dear Sachin. Many congratulations.
Thank you, sir. After this inspiring introduction and the citation reading, I now invite Ms. Pratima Don and Datta sir to please present our Pride of Goa Award, Entrepreneurs Award to Mr. Sachin Lavande. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if I could hear a round of applause, please.
acceptance speech आपली.
Congratulations to both our awardees today, Ms. Anju Timlaw and Mr. Sachin Lavande. So now, after hearing from us, we would like to hear from you too, ma'am and sir. So may I now request Ms. Anju Timlaw to deliver her acceptance speech. Ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening to the members of GCCI and all of you present here. Thank you for coming and acknowledging that we have tried to contribute to Goa. That's more important than anything else. Just a little bit of a journey that I've had in Goa. It was 1973 that I got married and came to Goa with Avdut. No idea about the place at all. My mother had said, "Hum kisi ko nahi jante hain wahan." Meaning, you're on your own. So that is how it started, but it was really not difficult because I have to appreciate the generation before us. That's my generation. They were very helpful. I had heard so many stories about, the women walk at the back, men are in front, and they don't go anywhere or they don't do anything, but it was not there at all. Whatever I was doing, they were there to support anything. If I had 400 women of All India Women's Conference, I got the entire temple and its premises. MS Talaulika just said, whatever you want, it's there. And of course, so was Hotel Mandovi like that. Transit. All the ladies can stop here and then go. But there were no hotels, so we had to stay in those rooms that were available there at the time. So with this kind of support, it just gets you more excited and encouraged that this is a place where it's okay that I burnt my bridges and came, and no looking back to Bombay or Goa or anything. This is what it's going to be, and this is where I have to be. And it was a great journey. My first few months were with Advocate M.S. Usgaonkar as his junior. I couldn't have found anybody better to teach you the values. the integrity, and the real spirit of law, and that as a profession, that we are there for who we are fighting for, which has values, which has justice, and that's what we are going to do. And it was great, great learning. And of course, with that, another thing I realized, and that is, I must give credit to my mother-in-law, who taught me Konkani from first day. She only spoke to me in Konkani. In 6 months, I knew the language, and it made it so easy for people who worked with me to just knock at the door, come in, bye. Yupashakta bitar, mashi ulopak zai. I think language is the real secret or key to being a part of a place. If you don't learn the language, it makes it more difficult. I mean, of course, if you're doing good work, people recognize that. But if you know the language and they can open your door and come in and tell you, hey, I'm very unhappy with this, or I'm happy with this. So those were two very key things in my life, meeting Advocate Usgaonkar and my mother-in-law teaching me Konkani. And she taught me very nicely. She would just repeat after me with the corrections. No telling Ashina, Ashina, Ashina. Just repeat after me as to what the mistake was. Well, from there I progressed to teach at the law college for a while. Then I was with All India Women's Conference, and then, of course, the very big event in my life, I had twins. That was a really, they're here. They were twins, and everybody was confused because there had been no twins. My mother didn't know how she had made the clothes for one, then she had to sit down and make for another, which time she had, because I went to Delhi, and after a while I was told, and 15 days were there for her to be ready for two. So these are very big events and good events that make you want to do more and more things. And so then it became the twins, and then after a while it was another son, Anuj, Akash, Ambar, and Anuj. As you may know, Anuj means younger brother. So Akash, Ambar, and Anuj taught me a lot and also showed how adaptable they could be to my work. And of course, Avdut was always, because he said, Anju's doing it, let her do it. Right? Am I right? So, whenever sometimes I had to go to meetings with these children, but they would sit there with drawing books or something or the other. Then, of course, later it became computer. It became a board where they would give me their feedback after a round of the hotel. So there was a lot of participation and assistance with the family, and that made it, encouraged you more, because you didn't ever feel like, what am I doing? Why am I doing? What is it that I should do? So when you have a very cooperative family, it makes it much better. And of course, I also made sure that I have time to go for their music, their sports, academics, whatever. All that made it very, very, very nice and easy. Till the bigger event of my life that I had was finding this piece of land of Siddhartha Goa. That was a very big event because it was something I'd never done. I thought I'll be a lawyer, and here I am trying to do some enterprise and hotel management. But of course it was a beautiful piece of land. I took Avdut, I said, shall we build a house here? Because it's beautiful. So, but when I went to the owner of the land, he just said, tukas dita. Only condition, will you buy all of it? So I said, oh my God, I don't know all the numbers, what should I really commit? He said, I've got 30 acres of land, will you buy it? So I said, yes. I just took a chance and a risk and hoped I would be able to make my husband and father-in-law, who you have all known, if I would be able to convince them to get that land. But I was very, very lucky. And it all started. And then, of course, without realizing, I just got into hotels. And the best thing for me was that I had not studied as a hotel management student. So everything I did was from the gut and from my thinking that this would work, because we have to just work. We are an industry of
of the people, by the people, for the people. As long as you can keep all that equation of the three, you can keep doing it. And so we had 104 rooms, then we had 212 rooms, and now we have 500 rooms. And it's been a great journey and a very happy one. Only thing is, I sometimes pause to think, are we all Goans not interested in Goa? Why are we in a Goa like the way it is? What would I have done if I had known this will happen to Goa? Can I go back and decide, do I really want to be a hotelier, or should I get into moral education? That this land belongs to us and we have to keep it, the people and the land, to grow. In 1973 when I came, I thought, what a beautiful place, and educated and such good people assisting you, that I felt if I had gone back, I would have. But of course, I'm absolutely very happy with my life and what I've been able to do. But can we all think a little bit on this to see how can we join together to do better for Goa, better for Goans, and for all of us together, because nothing works if we are not in it together, morally, legally, socially, and with our compassion. And that's what we must do, as all of us are here to recognize some of our works. I think we can have this request that let's do something better for Goa. Thank you, and very much for acknowledging.
Thank you, ma'am. Truly, your words, expressing your entire journey with such simple words, I'm sure it will not be that smooth of a journey. You would have, it would have gone through lots of ups and downs, which you have made very simple for us. But really, thank you very much. It was truly inspiring. I now request our Mr. Sachin Lavande to deliver his acceptance speech, sir.
मातशे ग्लासेस जाय पडटा मातशे वय ग्रॅज्युअली वाडत गेले कोंकणीन उलोवपाक तितली शुद्ध कोंकणी उरली ना आनी तुमकां सबंद सांवेळ काय दवरपाचो इच्छा ना सो आय एम गोइंग टू स्विच इन इंग्लीश इफ इट्स ओके सो of course yeah so first of all good evening distinguished guests respected members of Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Kashinath Damodar Naik Memorial Trust, my fellow awardee Anju Timlo, friends, family, and everyone gathered here this evening. Let me also begin by expressing my sincere appreciation to Pratima Dond, President of GCCI, for a warm welcome, and to the one and only Datta Naik for his thought-provoking remarks. My thanks, I should say, also to Mr. Vijay Hede, Harshvardhan Bhatkuri, Sandeep Bhandari, Sudesh Kurade, for your kind words. You have really set an amazing tone for this evening with your words. Now, it's truly an extraordinary honor to receive the Kashinath Damodar Naik Pride of Goa Entrepreneur Award. I'm deeply humbled to be recognized in the name of this man whose legacy so beautifully blends scholarship, entrepreneurship, and service to Goa. So my sincere thanks to the Naik family, to GCCI, and the trust for this award. Let me also take a moment to congratulate Anju Timlo, this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. Your achievements need no mention from my side. I remember growing up in Goa and hearing your name, and my wife sitting here, I think one of her first jobs was at the Siddhartha Goa. So in some ways, I think your actions also gave me my wife. So it's a true privilege to share the stage in this moment with somebody of her achievements. But I should say tonight is also very deeply personal to me. I left Goa in 1990. I was 23 years old, and went to the US to pursue my master's in engineering. But that decision was not driven by choice. It's actually driven by necessity. Goa in those days, and I should say all of India, was not a place where there were a lot of jobs for young people like me that were just graduating, whether it's engineering or other degrees. For many of us, it felt like leaving home for a distant place was the only way for us to make a better future. Now, leaving Goa meant leaving behind my family and everyone I knew, and starting over in a country that required a lot of sacrifice, resilience, and a willingness to build everything up again from scratch. But with that sacrifice came a very simple realization. If I was going to go away that far from my home and my people, I had to give it my absolute best and make it count. I had to make all of those sacrifices worthwhile. Now, starting from the very bottom in a new place, my journey would not have been possible without the support of my wife, Anuja, and my daughters, Shweta and Maya. Shweta is here today. Maya could not be here with us. Their encouragement, patience, and belief in me has been my foundation throughout, without which I wouldn't be here today. I'm also very fortunate to share this moment with my granddaughter, Leela, who is here tonight. She's too young to understand any of this, but at least she's looking at me and not staring at the iPad, so I think we're making a good start. Now, it's often said that behind every successful man is a strong woman. In my case, I was a bit lucky. I had three strong women, my wife and my two daughters. So I guess I had an unfair advantage. And I should say, on a lighter note, I also had a few friends that I'm pretty surprised, or I should say I'm pretty certain, were mildly surprised that I achieved what I achieved. I don't think in the early days they felt or they had any idea that I would one day be running a global company. But I owe my success to many mentors along the way, that I was really fortunate, and at every stage the mentor extended their hand and lifted me and provided me with a path in the future and a direction, without which I would again not be here today. But my first and most important mentors were my parents. I should say my late parents. My father, Surendra Lavandi, Baba as he was known, and my mother, Usha, were my earliest teachers and also role models. My father was a remarkable man, a rare combination, I should say, of really sharp intellect, very well read, and also with a very strong charisma. You could either love him or hate him. There was no other middle ground. He was also an entrepreneur, and he would often start businesses that were acknowledged for innovation, but not always successful. He had an unorthodox approach to life, which meant that I received a somewhat unconventional upbringing that fostered independent thinking, risk-taking, a global mindset, and entrepreneurship. Now, as somebody remarked earlier, I grew up in Taligaon, which was then a very sleepy village on the outskirts of Panjim. It's a beautiful, idyllic, amazing time. Hard to even express to young people here what it meant to grow up in Taligaon in those days. And it was, I would say, light years away from the world that later on became my karma bhumi, which is the US. Yet many of the traits that I later developed, and I still use in my business today, were all developed in those quiet, dimly lit evenings around a dinner table that we would have all these debates and discussions with my parents, especially with my father. And I may have been too young to fully recognize it as lessons in leadership, but that's what they were. In hindsight, in retrospect, I realized that a lot of what I later on practiced were actually formed in those moments back in the days when I was having those discussions. So one of the lessons that I often take away and tell young people is that your first mentors are always going to be your parents. You will always learn something from them because they have nothing but your best interest at heart. So please pay attention to that. I also know, like Mark Twain famously said, at 15, I was so surprised to find that my father knew so little. But then at 19, I was amazed that in 4 years he had learned so much. So a lot of us, I think, go through that phase of learning. And therefore, I think as we reflect on some of the things that we have learned from them, it is worthwhile to acknowledge that, to build upon that. Now, if they were to be here today, I know both my parents would have been immensely proud to see this moment today. Fortunately, I at least have one member of my family's that generation, my mother-in-law, sitting here. I'm really happy that she could be part of this event today. Now, although I left Goa almost 35 years ago to this, I would say just this year, completing 35 years, Goa never actually left me. It's hard to take Goa out of you. Its spirit, openness, the strong sense of community, still today are what shapes me and how I try to lead in my public life. Goa is known for its hospitality and art and culture and food, but for a long time it wasn't really recognized as the place that nurtures talent that can shine on national and even global stage. But I believe that is now changing. Now at Vistion, we are committed to help accelerate that change. This is why I'm especially proud of this office that we have started here in Goa. I see some people here that are actually part of our office. We have over 120 young and I should say really amazing talent now working in this place for about 2 years. Very proud of their accomplishments, and I should say I'm very happy in having taken that leap. We started that, as I said, 2 years ago, and these young people within 2 years are developing some cutting-edge technologies that are going into some of the most, I would say, amazing and premium vehicles that are going to be launched in the near future globally, not just in India. And I had the pleasure to visit our office just a few days ago and had a town hall. And every time I visit, I'm reminded of the fact that Goa may be small in size, but not small in ambition or capabilities. And we need to tap into that. So my hope is that this center becomes a place that offers young Goans the opportunity to build careers that can have an impact on the global stage. That someday we'll have enough of such companies like Vistion come here and create an ecosystem and jobs so that the next young person doesn't need to leave Goa and their home and everything behind to build careers far away from home. As somebody once mentioned, there's always a price to pay. Nothing comes free. And in my case, it was going away from home for many, many years. And once I tried to sum up the number of days that I had been able to spend with my family, my parents, since the day I left. And I wouldn't share that number with you because that's a depressing number. It was just a few weeks, not even months, that the sum total of the time that I've been able to spend with people that I care deeply about over the period of 35 years. So that was the price I had to pay to accomplish what I accomplished. And therefore, there's a strong desire to give back so that others need not always go through the same fate to be able to build what I could build. So this award, therefore, is not just mine. It's not just an appreciation for what I have achieved. It is a celebration of everyone that has shaped it. My parents, all the mentors along the way, and even the people that work with me every day today. It's these people that make me look good. I can only do so much as a single person. It's the collective effort that makes companies. And I think in that case, I'm very lucky and proud to have an amazing global team at Vistion that has managed to make this company one of the top in its field worldwide. So if my story encourages even one more young Goan, an engineer, an entrepreneur, to believe that global impact can be had right from here, then this honor tonight becomes that much more special. So thank you again to all of you for being here, for listening to me. Thank you to GCCI, to the Kashinath Damodar Naik Memorial Trust, the Naik family, everyone here this evening. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to receive this award, and someday I hope to have a chance, more of a exchange rather than perhaps it's a speech that gives us an opportunity to maybe have some of our thoughts about what everybody here talked about. How do we do more in Goa? We have done a lot. I'm really happy to see what we have accomplished, but a lot more can be done. And I think if we can work collectively, one of the things I see missing as compared to some of the other places, if we don't quite have that strong ecosystem that can create as a force of gravity to bring more opportunities. And I think that needs to be established. There are enough success stories in Goa. There's enough talent. But as I think Mr. Datta Naik mentioned, there isn't the access to risk capital yet that perhaps we need to be able to bring. So sorry to have a fairly long and winded discussion here. I thought I would just share with you what my thoughts are about how I feel. And as you can imagine, this is also a very emotional moment for me. And so thank you for welcoming me home this way. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can we please play the video? I think. Okay. Okay. After hearing to both the stories, we have one person who came to Goa and other who left Goa. But one thing that is common to both is the sheer dedication, hard work, inspiring journeys, love for Goa, and truly they are pride of Goa today. So we come to the formal conclusion of today's Pride of Goa Award. Before I, Ambika Kamat-Dakankar, Deputy Director in GCCI, sign off for today's function, I would like to invite our Director General, Mr. Sanjay Amulkar, for the formal vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambika. It's my privilege to present the vote of thanks. First and foremost, a sincere thanks to both the awardees, Mrs. Anju Timlo and Mr. Sachin Lavande, for coming all the way here in spite of their busy schedule. Mr. Lavande has flown from the US all the way. Thank you so much, sir. And we assure you that the thoughts you have put up to us for taking Goa forward in the global map, we are working on it. In fact, Mr. Vijay Hede had a small discussion with me, and we'll surely work on this through the chamber, and we look at more and more entrepreneurial developments in Goa. It's also my privilege to thank Mr. Datta Naik and the KD Memorial Trust. Thank you, sir, for making this award. Our President, Mrs. Pratima Dhon, our Managing Committee members, including our immediate past President, Mr. Srinivas Dempo. We have Mr. Sandesh Kunekar, we have Mr. Rohan Bhandare here. The jury members, starting with Mr. Hede, Sandeep Bhandare, who is also our past president, we have Harsh Bhatkuri. A special thanks to Mr. Harsh Bhatkuri. He has designed the citation. A loud applause for him. And a special mention to Vijay Hede sir. He has gone all the way to Mr. Lavande's house to understand more about him. He had a long discussion with my good friend Milind, who gave a lot of inputs to Mr. Hede. Thank you, Milind Bab, also. A sincere thanks to both the families of the recipients, the Lavandes as well as the Timlos, for coming all the way here and gracing this occasion. A big thank to all of you here for coming in large numbers and giving your blessings to both the awardees. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Margaon, for coming here. And we are sure that we are actually working on it. We started with Mr. Dempo's time that we will be setting up something in Margaon so that GCCI is not Panjim Chamber of Commerce, but we'll make it. Okay, Mr. Nana Bab is also behind me for this, so we will surely be doing it in the near future, and we'll take it up in the meeting. My thanks to the management of this Government Vidyaniketan for providing us all these arrangements. Thank you so much to the management, and of course my team, Goa Chamber of Commerce team. We thank the compere Ms. Sambika, who has actually done a lot of background work for this event. Chetan, who is always with me. And of course, again, all of you for coming and gracing this occasion. So thank you so much, and we hope that the inspiration which we can draw from both Mrs. Timlo and Mr. Lavande will go a long way in developing more entrepreneurial behavior and entrepreneurship in Goa. So thank you so much. God bless you all, and have a great evening. Also thank our Vice President, Mr. Sangam Purade. He is also here with us. We'll have a small video presentation of Vistion, so I request shift Korea. Yeah, cut pettale. Full